Ladies and gentlemen, you see, in this life, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Everybody wants success, everybody wants to be great, but not everybody is willing to put in the sweat, the discipline, the grind that it takes. You got to work on yourself like your future depends on it, because it does. It ain't about luck, it ain't about talent alone, it's about the effort, the sacrifice, the hours you put in when nobody's watching. It's about the effort, the sacrifice, the hours you put in when nobody's watching. Some people are waiting for a sign, waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to push them. But let me tell you something, the world doesn't wait for you. Opportunity doesn't knock forever. You either take control of your life or life will control you. And the difference between those who succeed and those who don't, it's not their background, not their circumstances, not their connections. It's the work they put into themselves. So today we talk about how to work yourself, how to push past your limits, how to build discipline, how to stop making excuses and start making moves. If you're ready to take yourself to the next level, if you're tired of playing small, if you're ready to work like your dreams depend on it, then let's get started. Discipline is the foundation of success because motivation is fleeting. There are days when you wake up feeling inspired, ready to take on the world. But there are also days when you don't want to do anything at all. That's where discipline separates the successful from the average. Discipline means doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It means showing up even when you don't want to. It means sticking to the plan when distractions, excuses, and obstacles try to pull you away. Motivation is like a spark. It gets you started, but it doesn't keep the fire burning. Discipline is the wood that keeps the fire alive even when the spark is gone. Too many people rely on motivation, waiting for the perfect moment to feel inspired before they take action. But the truth is, if you wait for motivation, you'll never get anything done. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from consistent, deliberate action over time. It comes from doing the work. Every single day, even when you're tired, even when you don't see immediate results, even when you feel like quitting or giving up. This is the birthplace of America. And you'll even find this in the charts and the monuments to the north of where we enlisted. Discipline is built through repetition. The more you practice showing up, the stronger your discipline becomes. When you train yourself to stick to your commitments, you stop making excuses. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. You follow through because you said you would, and that builds confidence. That builds resilience. That builds an unshakable foundation that will carry you through anything. Motivation is easy, but discipline is hard. It requires sacrifice. It requires pushing through discomfort. It requires making choices that aren't always fun in the moment, but will pay off in the long run. It means waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It means hitting the gym when you don't feel like working out. It means studying when you'd rather relax. It means sticking to your goals even when progress feels slow. 99.9% of the time, you're working against it. Most people give up when things get tough because they rely on motivation to carry them through. But those who succeed understand that discipline is what keeps them moving forward when motivation runs out. When you operate with discipline, you become unstoppable. You develop the ability to control your actions rather than letting external circumstances control you. You stop relying on feelings and start relying on habits. You realize that success is not about big moments, but about small, consistent actions taken every single day. Discipline turns dreams into reality. It turns potential into achievement. It turns goals into accomplishments. Every successful person you admire has mastered discipline. Athletes train when nobody's watching. Entrepreneurs grind when others are resting. Artists practice when inspiration is nowhere to be found. They don't wait until they feel like it. They do it because they have trained themselves to show up no matter what. And that's why they win. That's why they separate themselves from the crowd. That's why they reach levels that most people only dream about. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. The first step is making a decision to commit. Decide that you will follow through no matter what. Set a schedule and stick to it. Hold yourself accountable. Remove distractions and temptations that pull you off track. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better. The more you enforce discipline in your life, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. Excuses won't get you anywhere, but discipline will take you wherever you want to go. Motivation will fail you, but discipline will carry you through. If you learn to master discipline, you will master your future. Talk is cheap. We've all heard people speak about their dreams, their goals, and the things they plan to do. They speak with passion, excitement, and enthusiasm, and for a moment, you might believe that they are going to make it happen. But more often than not, those words remain just that, words. The truth is, speaking about your ambitions is easy, but executing them relentlessly is where the real work begins. It's time to stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it. Execution is everything. When you're focused on executing, it means you are actively working toward your goals, making tangible progress and taking real steps. It's not about what you say you'll do someday in the future. It's about what you're doing right now, today. Execution doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't wait for the right conditions. It doesn't wait for motivation to strike. Execution takes action regardless of how you feel. It's about getting up every single day, putting in the work, and doing the things that will move you forward even when you don't feel like it. It's about getting up every single day and moving forward even when you don't feel like it. When we are comfortable, there's no urgency. Our routines feel secure and the fear of the unknown isn't looming over us. But true progress doesn't happen when things are predictable or easy. If you want to grow, if you want to reach your fullest potential, you have to face the discomfort that comes with pushing past the boundaries you've set for yourself. This is where greatness is cultivated, by embracing those moments where you want to give up, but choosing to push through anyway. One of the most powerful things about discomfort is its ability to teach us resilience. When we face difficulty, whether it's a personal setback, a professional challenge, or a physical hurdle, we have a choice. We can either give in to the discomfort, letting it defeat us, or we can choose to rise above it and learn from it. The more we choose to face these challenges head on, the more resilient we become. And resilience is one of the most important qualities for success. It's the ability to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. That separates those who succeed from those who quit. Growth also comes from the lessons we learn through struggle. When you face challenges, you're forced to think differently, to adapt, and to find solutions. It's in these moments of discomfort that creativity and innovation are born. When things are easy, there's no need to think outside the box. But when faced with adversity, your mind becomes sharper, more focused, and more resourceful. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn and grow, and every uncomfortable situation teaches you something valuable about yourself and the world around you. Comfort zones can become prisons of our own making, holding us back from the life we truly desire. The more we stay in our comfort zones, the harder it becomes to break out of them. We begin to live in a bubble of familiarity, and the idea of stepping out into the unknown seems terrifying. But the moment you step outside that bubble, you open yourself up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new levels of growth. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is a sign that you're pushing the boundaries of what you thought was possible. Learning to embrace discomfort is about reframing your perspective on struggle. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to avoid, you start to see it as a necessary part of the growth process. You begin to realize that the more you struggle, the more you learn, the stronger you become. It's not about making life harder for yourself. It's about pushing through the hard moments with the understanding that on the other side of discomfort lies growth, achievement, and success. Physical discomfort, like pushing yourself in a workout or going for a run when you'd rather stay in bed, teaches you about endurance. Mental discomfort, like tackling a challenging project at work or facing a difficult conversation, teaches you about resilience and problem solving. Emotional discomfort, like confronting your fears or dealing with loss, teaches you about strength and vulnerability. Each form of discomfort provides a unique lesson, and together they create a foundation for personal development. It's important to recognize that discomfort is not permanent. While it may feel difficult in the moment, it's temporary. As you keep pushing through, you get stronger, better equipped to handle even greater challenges. Just like building muscle, growth requires strain. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you build the mental and emotional strength necessary to overcome future obstacles. With each challenge you face, you develop a deeper sense of confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. It so happens that when life throws you curveballs at you, it also throws challenges of your own creation. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean you seek out pain or make life unnecessarily difficult. It means that when the inevitable challenges come, you don't shy away from them. You welcome them, knowing that they are opportunities to grow. You realize that success isn't about avoiding discomfort, but about learning how to endure and push through it. Discomfort becomes a teacher, a guide that shows you exactly where you need to grow and what you need to work on. In the end, the only way to achieve true growth and transformation is to embrace discomfort fully. The more you push yourself, the more you'll learn about yourself and the more capable you'll become. The greatest rewards in life don't come from staying where it's safe and comfortable. They come from pushing the boundaries, from stepping into the unknown, and from embracing the struggle. So the next time you feel uncomfortable, don't shy away from it. Lean into it, embrace it, and let it take you to places you never thought possible. Distractions are everywhere. They are the noise that drowns out your goals, the things that divert your attention from what truly matters, and the habits that keep you from achieving your full potential. In a world constantly demanding our attention, it has become more challenging than ever to stay focused on what's important. Whether it's the constant ping of notifications, the lure of social media, or the distractions that come from multitasking, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of daily life. But the truth is, if you want to achieve anything significant, you must learn to cut out distractions and focus on what truly matters. The first step in eliminating distractions is recognizing them. Most of the time, distractions aren't immediately obvious. They're the things we've become accustomed to, the little habits or routines that we don't even think about anymore. It could be checking your phone every few minutes, spending hours mindlessly scrolling through social media, or engaging in conversations that have no impact on your goals. While none of these things may seem inherently bad, they all take valuable time and energy away from your true objectives. Once you recognize these distractions, you must take control. Control starts with setting boundaries. If you find yourself constantly checking your phone, for instance, set designated times for when you'll check messages or social media. Limit the amount of time you spend on these platforms and be intentional about how you use them. You have to decide that your time is more valuable than mindlessly consuming content that doesn't serve your greater purpose. Likewise, when it comes to people or activities that distract you, you must set boundaries as well. If certain relationships or situations are pulling you away from your goals, it's essential to communicate your needs and make space for what truly matters. But cutting out distractions goes beyond simply setting boundaries. It's about cultivating discipline and intentionality in every area of your life. Discipline is the foundation for maintaining focus. It's not enough to just say you're going to stop wasting time on distractions. You have to actively choose to prioritize your time and energy. This requires a level of intentionality that many people overlook. You have to actively decide where you want to spend your time and be willing to make sacrifices in order to stay focused on your true objectives. This may mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your goals, turning down invitations that pull you away from your purpose, or even cutting ties with people who are holding you back. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, staying focused on long-term goals can be difficult. We've become conditioned to seek out quick fixes and short-term rewards. But the truth is that lasting success requires sustained focus and effort. Every time you give in to a distraction, you delay your progress. Every time you choose to focus on something that doesn't align with your goals, you take a step backwards. And remember, the more you do, the more you are. The key is to resist the temptation of instant gratification and choose long-term fulfillment instead. Focus on the bigger picture and remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment that takes you further from your dreams. It's also important to understand that distractions don't just come from external sources, they can come from within as well. Negative self-talk, doubt, and fear can be some of the most powerful distractions that keep you from staying focused. When your mind is cluttered with doubts about your abilities or your worth, it becomes nearly impossible to stay focused on your goals. Learning to control your inner dialogue and replace negative thoughts with positive, empowering ones is essential for staying on track. It's about training your mind to stay centered and focused on your purpose, no matter what thoughts or feelings arise. The third takeaway is embracing the attitude that things happen for you. Another key to cutting out distractions is learning how to prioritize. Not all tasks are created equal, and not all distractions are equally damaging to your progress. Some distractions may be harmless, while others can completely derail your efforts. You have to be able to distinguish between tasks that are urgent and important and those that can be postponed or eliminated altogether. A great way to do this is by creating a clear set of priorities for yourself each day. When you have a roadmap of what truly matters, you can more easily recognize when something is diverting your attention away from your goals. By establishing clear priorities, you can ensure that your time and energy are spent on the things that will have the most significant impact on your success. Another effective strategy for eliminating distractions is time-blocking distractions. This is where you set aside specific periods of time during the day to work on specific tasks. By dedicating your time to one thing at a time, you can ensure that you are focused on the task at hand without being sidetracked by other obligations or distractions. Time blocking helps you stay organized and ensures that your time is being used efficiently. It also creates a sense of accountability because you know exactly what you need to focus on at any given moment. Ultimately, the process of cutting out distractions requires a shift in mindset. It's about recognizing that your time is valuable and that you can't afford to waste it on things that don't contribute to your growth or success. It's about learning to be intentional with every decision you make and staying committed to your goals even when the world around you is trying to pull you in a million different directions. Focus on what matters most and eliminate anything that doesn't align with your greater purpose.